I think the first thing is to really understand what your project wants to achieve, so that you have a really clear idea of what the project is about. Now, I say that because there's an awful lot of assumptions that you know about your project, but not everybody else does, and particularly not grant funders will know. So it's worth talking to other people involved with that project so that you really get a 360-degree view of the project, because someone will say something, I would imagine, that makes you think about your project slightly differently. So, for example, we're revitalising our church in terms of the interior, and it's very easy to get focused on the physical changes. But actually there's all sorts of other changes that are equally as important, like the social engagement aspects, like the need to have really good interpretation material in your church so that people understand why it's important. Because all churches are important, but it'll be important in different ways. And just because you know how it's important doesn't mean to say a visitor will understand that. Oh, and I think the other thing is about recognising that there needs to be lots of different fundraising initiatives. It's not just about applying for grants. Our project is going to cost round about 450,000. We've already raised 130,000 within the community and with donations. Now, we've done that in a variety of ways. It's been £10,000 in grants, which seems like a drop in the ocean, doesn't it? But we're early on that journey. But the rest of it has come from things like an art exhibition, a flower festival, pop-up charity shops, money from the Harvest Festival. And it's about working closely with the people doing that kind of fundraising so that you know what's going on. And my other top tip is to get your gift aid system up and running and well used and well tested early on in the process.
So what advice and support have you found to be the most helpful, do you think?
I think my advice is just be shameless and ask for advice and get as much as you can. And don't do it all yourself.
So what advice would you offer others who are approaching grant funders?
I think the first thing is that you need to be really quite well organised. I have a spreadsheet so that I know who I'm planning to apply to when, because some funders will only give a grant when you've reached a certain percentage of your target, so there's no point in applying to them until you get, say, 50%, 30%, whatever it is. The other thing that's really useful is to have a clear filing system. Most grant organisations will want to have their applications digitally. So I have files on my laptop which say the grant funder and then all the documents I've done for them under that. And I think the other thing is start by looking at what exactly the grant funders will give grants for. So there's no point in applying to an organisation that specialises in looking after church bells if you're doing nothing with church bells in your organisation. So it's about tailoring your applications to what they're interested in.